So another thing that I found interesting about the documentary was the fact that at the end, when Scotty was frustrated with his contract, how he deserved to be paid more, which he did, but then how he opted to get the surgery later on in the summer, and then that's when the whole quote of "I don't want to fuck up my summer" came along. The one thing that I found interesting was that Michael was saying that Scotty was selfish when Michael was getting paid $28 million more than the next highest paid person on the Bulls.
And my point with regard to that is when Tiger Woods came in to the PGA Tour, he was making a boatload more than anybody else who'd played years. And he asked Phil Mickelson if he was jealous or felt more money should be for the other players. Phil goes, "Are you kidding me? I'm making 50% more money because Tiger came in the PGA. I don't care what Tiger makes. He's raising everybody up." And that was the same with Jordan. The more he made and the more he attracted to the NBA, everybody was making more money.
But not Scotty. Scotty was the 122nd highest.
One year.
I think it was for more than that. I mean,
if he was ranked ahead of Jordan in lifetime earnings,
right. Once he left the Bulls. So when he left the Bulls, he signed it was like a $250 million contract with the Rockets. And that's when he got all of his money. With the Bulls, during those Jordan years, he was a 7-year for $18 million. I mean, Gosh. He was making nothing.
But hearing that story of him in high school being, or was it even when he got to college? It was 5'10", then he was 6'1", and then he grew 5 inches. God, if there's anything I could give from a physical sports, it would be a late growth spurt in college.
Yeah. Well, you were 5'3" as a freshman and 6'1" as a senior, weren't you?
6'1".
I think it's a wow. Wow. Kevin is a good one-time guest on the show. We really like having him. But
enjoy retirement, Kevin.
Hey, I'm just a one and done. I'm like UK basketball players, just one and done.
You're not that good.
So, did you guys see for the episode this weekend? I think they're going to dive more into one Detroit, but I think they're going to talk a lot about Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, that'll be really good.
Children should not be able to see that.
Dennis Rodman, I still think, as different as he is, has a character or quality that it keeps you coming back. You don't. It's not while he might be different in all this, when he played for the Bulls, I was pumped when he came from the Spurs, and I was he still got this. I want to say he has a likability to him, even though he was so outlandish.
Well, when he was a rookie with the Pistons, he came out of Oklahoma State, I think, and he had no tattoos. He was just country boy. He would show up at games, blue jeans and combat boots, and he'd just play. And he would go, he was all energy, leading rebounder in the NBA. And then at some point, he started to get the tattoos.
So what's the problem with that?
No. By the time, I'm not saying it's right. He went from this little country boy, country man, whatever you want to call it. And then he evolved into something that was just weird, including his last days with the Pistons when they were afraid he was going to commit suicide. He had a gun in his truck at the Palace. And then he went to San Antonio and, what's his name, didn't put up with any crap down there. But the next thing you know, he's on the cover of a magazine, a bridal outfit with, ring noses and lip rings. And I'm going, what happened to Dennis? The nice Dennis that could dominate the league in rebound. He was all into being whack job.
But I think he's a misunderstood guy.
No kidding. I don't think he understands himself. Let's start there.
Well, I think we'll learn on Sunday.
All right.
So we're going to have to record before that. We're going to have to make it in the books probably 7 o'clock on Sunday. Regardless, all right.
The show's not till 9.
I know, but when we try for 8 and you have bathroom issues at 8:15, we got to push it back. We can't have that.
Don't go there. Don't go there. You got a muskrat on your face and you're making fun of me. Good
I need to
Lord.
schedule these calls earlier. Well, no, I need to tell you they're a half an hour before their start time.
Well,
So
I was only 5 minutes late, by the way.
So
we had technical difficulties.
before we jump into the next segment, let's Kevin, from your perspective, how would you describe what you got to witness before this call took place?
It was very funny. But I love Debbie and Jim with all my heart. So I was supportive of you in your endeavors in trying to find the input jack for your headphones, but it was quite funny. But in your defense, I was having connecting problems.
Well, you didn't see me hit my head when I came up for air. Probably that's why I'm angry. I got a lump on my head.
I'm sorry,
but that's all right.
We really should debrief and have you write on a Post-it note steps to do when you get ready for the podcast.
No, I'm such a talent. I just wing it.
When you say, when you go, all right, so are you going to call me on Skype or do I need to open the app? Well,
when I got on the computer,
I can't call you if the app's not open.
Well, Mom didn't know her password.
Oh, it's Mom's. Well, that's the other thing where you're using Mom's account for the show.
I'm telling you, I'm taking this up to my machine. I got a camera on mine.
Which I now know the password to. So, FYI.
Go Red Hawks.
I wrote it down here somewhere.
Dad, put the paper down. It's giving.
Hey, do you think Chase Young's going to be the second pick in the draft?
Yeah,
I think that's a strong probability, but what I also think is there's going to be a lot of technical difficulties. So, we might catch some heat for technical difficulties tonight. My network kicking out.
We should do a podcast during the draft. We'll watch the draft and we'll comment on it.
I'll bring in Kevin on that because Kevin is more the NFL insider.
Guy.
Well, he'd have to come over to your house because we need higher quality audio.
Kevin,
come to my house. Come to my house.
Dad,
okay, all right.
I got better blues.
I'll drive up to Toledo on Thursday, and we can.
You gotta have a mask and gloves.
All right.
Hand sanitizer.
What are you guys having for dinner, though?
When?
Let me guess. Meat
on Thursday.
A starch and something covered in cheese.
Well, I'll tell you what I had tonight. I had turkey.
Meat.
And then I had cottage cheese and strawberries and blueberries.
Oh,
kind of light. Oh, it was a turkey sandwich, turkey and Swiss cheese. It was good. I mean, something light because I had ham and eggs at 1:00. When I was getting out of my jammies. Well, see, I had infusion yesterday and I slept 10 hours. So other than that,
had a big day. Big day.
Big day.
Big day. So we've done this once when I was having an infusion and no one went to see those.
Well, in the
thing is, get your camera, Rob, so we can go.
It's on back order unless I purchased one, but it's again on back order. I got the notice that not ready yet, or if I wanted one delivered, I can pay 6 times one. So if anybody wants to do a GoFundMe crowdsource for that, I don't think that's a good use of dollars there.
No, I say do it for the shower gifts for the baby, and then divert the money.
Yeah, that's all right, folks. Check the registry. We're gonna convert them to cash.
I got this huge present from Todex here that I don't know how we're gonna get down there.
$40 cameras are going for like $200 right now online. It's crazy, but hoping to get one soon.
Could we do this by our phones until we get that technology?
We could, but we're gonna have the audio issues.
Yeah, I could plug my headphones into the phone.
No, look at your phone again. You aren't able to.
Let's move into those Beats. I have those Beats headphones that go in there.
Oh, the ones that we got you for chemo that sat in the box for.
Oh, I've used them more than once.
Let's move into the parenting corner, Dad. It's a much-needed segment that I need your help on.
You're asking me?
I'm asking you, but also Kevin's input as a Kevin's a pre-father.
Yeah.
When's your wife due, Kevin?
7 years.
9 months from the night.
Is she having a virgin? Is she having a virgin birth?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
That was clear as day.
Well, all right. So the documentary with Michael Jordan got me thinking this weekend of. I remember staying up watching the NBA Finals, and like I think not getting to stay up late as a kid, but there's certain times that you got to stay up and watch certain sports late. So, Dad, from your experience, Kevin, what are your thoughts on if you're with a kid who's a young age and you're like, this is an important sports event. They need there. It's okay for them to stay up and watch. What's the thought process there?
Are we just talking sports?
I mean, I'm not asking for like, hey, the kids need to be put down to bed at 7:00 every night, but because as a kid, I feel like you never wanted to go to bed. You'd be like, oh, let me stay up, or maybe that's just me, but
You had older siblings, that's why.
yeah. But
you had to go to bed early.
Kevin, theoretically, what would be your criteria to let the kids stay up later?
So I think the criteria for me would definitely be, well, what do you have going on the next day? Because
they're a kid. It's not like they're going to report to work.
No. But like, I mean, do they have to wake up early for when I was second, third grade, I played hockey where the majority of the games were at like 5 a.m. So my parents were never going to allow me to stay up late, but that much because they had to get up with me. So, and what my parents always said is, if you can't soar with the eagles in the morning, then you can't hoot with the owls at night. So that's definitely probably my biggest criteria there.
That sounds familiar, Dad.
My dad's saying was, if you want to stay up all night with the boys, you better get up with the men. And
I like that one.
But there are a few things. The latest, I can remember staying up real late in 1969 for the moon landing, because that didn't happen till 1:00 in the morning, and we stayed awake.
How much stuff was live then on TV?
Well, that was live. That was live. Unless you believe it was a fake
when something
moon
went
landing.
live, like is most stuff recorded on syndication, and then it's like maybe not syndication is the right word.
But, there weren't that many. Like college football, there was the game of the week. There was one college football game live, and then Notre Dame would play the highlights of their game on Sunday. And you couldn't be on that game more than, I think, twice in one season, other than the bowl games. But, the World Series was during the day. And so we would listen at school with an earplug in. The NBA was on tape delay a lot of times. And the NFL was always day games. I mean, there weren't night games until Monday Night Football came along. I think that was 1969, maybe 70. But that was, the first game was the Browns-Jets at Cleveland Stadium. It was crazy. Joe Namath. And so my parents would let us watch the game. Now, those games, I don't believe started till 9, but they were over by midnight. And so I was 13 probably when that began. So I could stay up for that.
So when I was a kid and let's say it's NBA Finals, because I feel like Mom would be the one to say, oh, get to bed. But I'd stay up and watch games with you. What were you just like, it's a big sporting event, like they'll watch the NBA Finals or whatever? Because
well, Mom went out of town once in a while, and then you could stay up all night. I didn't care. Go give me a beer, Rob. Give me a beer out of the refrigerator. You can stay up another half hour.
All right. Well, that's I'll file that one away in the vault for, as with child on the way.
I'm not recommending that for Kelsey. See, I read to you guys a lot. I don't want to give you the impression, and I wasn't drinking beer when I read to you. So there you go. Yeah, but I do know that I read the politically incorrect Uncle Remus stories to you. I was pretty good at it.
For
those the wild
Kevin, and for our listeners, if you want to have a kick, Google the Uncle Remus and Briar Rabbit stories, and there's some subplots in there that are not exactly politically correct today. I learned that from and I think it was just a different time, but I was like, Dad, I'll get these books that for our kid that we can read, and because my dad used to do a great job at the voice and all that. And I was like, I'll do these great impersonations. And then I looked into the storyline and go down that Wikipedia rabbit hole, so to speak. But moving on, because
don't throw me in that bra patch.
And you did. There were some undertones.
It was a Disney book.
It was.
And the Jungle Story is based on it.
Yes,
the movie, The Jungle Story.
I know. It's just to see where we've come, and and Dennis. If Dennis Rodman's about today, he's fine. All right.
Other than starting a nuclear war
that's
with
good
North
for parenting
Korea.
thoughts. Well, the Kim Jong-un, fake news, real news. Is he on his deathbed?
Yeah, that is so bizarre. I don't know what's real and what's not.
I think they're trying to clone him.
To be fake.
How old is the guy? He's like,
He's
isn't
in
he
his
40s? 30s.
He's not. Is he actually that young?
Yeah, he's like 39 years old, I bet. All right, Google it. True or false? Over, under. Let's get an over, under. I say he's 39.
Wow.
Fans do the fact checking.
You're right. 36.
There you go.
Wow. I thought he was like at least 50, but
No. Well, he took power when he was almost 30 years old.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I didn't realize Castro died in 2016.
all those Kim Jong people.
He's on ice. They might. He's with Ted Williams in a cyber.
Didn't Castro have physicians that said he was going to live forever?
He was almost 90.
Man, I wonder what insurance underwriting is like in Cuba for if Fidel wanted to buy a policy that said he's going to live forever.
You buy the policy out of Venezuela. That country's on the way out. They're not going to survive this. When oil's selling for less than $1, less than zero, negative money today.
It's cheaper than it's cheaper to take a bath in oil than it is in water.
Well, what they're doing is they're paying people to take delivery because they can't find storage facilities. It's ridiculous. But you know what? The U.S. should gobble up all the oil they can store in a strategic reserve because it is so cheap. Now, remember, we had the oil embargo in the 70s and 80s, and we had oil shortages, price spikes. But that's because we were importing all this oil. Now, as
1 minute extra of dad talk today.
The United States is the biggest oil producer in the world, and that's why the United States needs a higher price. It's just flipped.
No, and for those not watching, Dad put up his index and pinky finger like it was hook 'em horns and was flipping it. Let's move towards final thoughts, Dad. What do you want to say?
Is this the end?
What do you
things going dark?
We're up against 40 minutes. What?
Okay.
I'm just gonna put something out there just as a meatball, Kevin. I didn't give this to you beforehand either, Dad. But I've been finishing up The West Wing. I'm on to season 7, and the next presidential candidate to succeed Jed Bartlett, spoiler alert, is Matt Santos, played by Jimmy Smits.
Yep.
Now, tell me.
You know what? Most people would vote for either one of those over these candidates.
Now, tell me, Jimmy Smits, if you don't know at home, look it up. But this actor, you look him up, everything he's on, sitcom, he's dynamic. I love him. Why? What is it about him, Dad?
Good writers. He got very fortunate. I mean, he was on Hill Street Blues. He was on L.A. Law.
NYPD Blue.
NYPD Blue.
Sons of Anarchy.
And The Good Wife. Wasn't he? Anyway, he's a good actor, and he got very fortunate. I don't know how many movies he did, but his TV credits are phenomenal. And he was on blockbusters all the time. So I think writing, those shows were very well written and very well produced.
Kevin, you know of Jimmy Smits?
Unfortunately, I have no idea. So I'm going through his Wikipedia page to see if there's something that I know about him.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think he was in any.
Oh my gosh, come on.
He was in 2 Star Wars movies.
Did you flunk history?
Fun fact about Kevin, I have never seen one Star Wars.
Oh yeah, that's a tough one.
Oh my gosh.
I know. A stutter and
that's like not going to church on Christmas.
Huh?
All right.
It's like not going to church on Christmas.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Do you forgive me? Wait, hold on.
Have you seen The Wizard of Oz?
Yes. Have you seen
Star Wars is your generation's Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, Kevin. That's a stretch. Kevin, what were you going to say?
No, I wanted to see, because we were talking about in the parenting corner, Jim, what do you think the baby will be, boy or girl? Or are you letting it?
Whose baby?
Itself?
Yours or Robbie's?
Both.
I don't know. I'm thinking triplets would be fine.
Wow. Dad, I hate to tell you, we're well past that part. There's only one.
Oh,
shoot.
Well,
well,
if the ultrasound has a penis, it'll be a boy. I'm not real bright, but that one I know.
Yeah.
But this child's very hairy by all accounts.
That's what we found out. Very
and
hairy child.
The hairy people in our family were women. So who knows?
Oh wow! Females. How about that?
Mom had a big head of hair. Caitlin had a big head of hair. Robbie was bald.
Oh well, that's fun facts to take in. So what else? Final thoughts. I wanted to lead off with my Jimmy Smits, but I'll leave it up to you guys to round us out.
Well, how long are we going to be quarantined? Self-isolated. And did they? Oh, I know. Here's one final thought. Did they really mess this up when you see the USC study that shows that maybe we've underreported the number of cases 40 to 50-fold? And then when they tested the people in Ohio prisons, they found out 75% of the prisoners had it, but like 2/3 of that number were asymptomatic. They just didn't know it. So in the general population, how many people have got the virus and didn't know it and are recovered and are immune?
Yeah.
So we're killing our economy. Now, the people that are getting guarded are me. I'm one of America's most vulnerable. I have a heart of gold, but anyway, I got a lot of stuff wrong with me.
You're an MVP, most vulnerable person.
I know, so everybody should cater to me. Us baby boomers are used to it. The whole economy used to be situated for us. But
I don't know how they, without going down too much tried commentary on coronavirus, I don't know how they start opening a ton of stuff back up unless there's widespread testing to say if you got antibodies or not. But
yeah,
if you're rolling, you can roll some things out. You're not going to see. I don't think you're going to see movie theaters, sporting events, and restaurants.
Well, except in Georgia.
Well, they don't have their teeth down there. So.
Oh, all right. Well, that's going to hurt our southern demographic of the show. Not that we were that concerned.
Well, the people in Alabama.
Oh, anyway. Dad, you're just going out right now with the revolver, shooting potential audiences.
Oh, geez. Well, our son's marrying somebody from Tennessee, so what the heck? Anyway, I'm not an SEC fan, other than their football is very good.
I'm a Vern Lundquist guy.
Kentucky basketball dominated for so long. Baseball's good.
No one cares.
Billy Donovan left Florida. Their basketball's okay. Anyway, I love Savannah. I love Charleston.
Oh, it sounds like we need to play a murder mystery game in the heart of Savannah, Kevin.
Well,
yeah, that's a reference you're not going to get.
What's the name of that movie? Good and Evil in the Garden, or The Garden of Good and Evil?
You need to just let the drawl come out of your mouth like you're spilling molasses.
I did that with Uncle Remus stories.
Yeah, well, we're bringing it back there. All right, Dad. So, anything else you want to say from a non-political perspective for the week?
Yeah, my bourbon's done, and I need a refill.
That's good, Kevin. What else on your first episode on the show? How do you feel? How'd we do?
I thought you guys did great. Very honored to be the first guest. Hope to be asked again. Yeah, no, I mean it was great. One thing that I will say is happy early birthday to me. I know you guys haven't said it.
Hey, the legend of Indian Hill lives.
Huh?
The legend of Indian Hills lives.
That ain't me.
Kevin, what's your birthday?
It's on Sunday. I was thinking that you guys were going to say it at the end.
Well, you know what's really been tough is throwing surprise birthday parties. It's the chorus.
Yeah.
But actually, it's the perfect
Happy
time.
Birthday, dear Kevin.
Oh my God.
What is this, number 31, Kevin, or 30? What is this?
What? No, I'm 28. I'm just a
don't lie to me. We're friends. You're 28? Well, then there's no sense in counting them yet.
Kevin, my heart goes out to a wife who
16, 21, 30, and then you're 65. So,
Your wife
there you
was trying to plan a really, really thoughtful surprise 28th birthday party, but unfortunately with quarantine, we can't do it. So we'll be with you in
shoot.
spirit.
go. Well, you can do it on Zoom.
But that's exactly what we'd say when you would plan a quarantine surprise birthday party.
Exactly.
Do it on Zoom and BYOB.
All right. Well, next time Kevin's back, he's going to be a 28-year-old.
I know.
And we're going to have the NFL draft.
Dad, what wisdom do you have? What wisdom do you have for a 28-year-old?
Yeah.
Have a lot of kids. Have them early because when you get old, they're hard to take care of.
Do you think the frequency method is the best practice?
Yeah, and I would do it on like full moons, new moons, no moons, any moons. you know, she should be taking her temperature 3 times a day and calling you home from work. But
Oh. God, we encourage our listeners to drink during this show. On that note, we'll close. The thing of it is, we had a good time. Thanks for joining. We'll catch you next week.
On the flip side, babe.
Have a good one.